Hello. Today we are starting new chapter probability. It's not a new chapter for you. I think in class ninth, some introductions you have taken from this chapter probability. What is it? It is a game of chance. I'll take an example. Suppose when I toss a coin, a fair coin is to be tossed. Then there are two faces on the coin. One is a head and second one is a tail. Okay. So when I toss a coin, so probability of getting head on the uppermost face is 1 by 2. How can we say 1 by 2? Because 1 is a favorable point, head, and total number of possible outcomes are 2. So the probability is 1 by 2. And we can generate one formula. The formula is the required probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes upon total number of possible outcomes. Okay. So that is a basic formula. But before going to the basic formula, let us discuss about something. Suppose I am tossing a coin three times, one by one. Okay. Toss a coin one time, second time, and third time. And I have opened a notebook and start noting that in an experiment like in a first time, suppose head will come, second time head, and third time it is head. I think this experiment is over. This is trial over. H, 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 because three times we have to toss a coin. So H, 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 head, head, head. Okay. Once again start this trial. It is coming suppose H, H, and now T. Okay. Trial is over. So in this way, in this continuous procedure, how many times this trials we will have to use? We can use, I think we can use 1,000 times of trials. But you will observe one thing, that you are getting some definite results. Okay. For example, suppose HHH, HHT, HTH, HTT, THT, HTT, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One is 7, TTT, and one more is left, that is 2 time H, 2 time H, and here is also 2 time H, first, middle, and last, THH. Okay. What is it? It is an experiment in which number of trials are different trials we have done, and we have noted down the results of it. And in the results, you'll observe that HHH, HST, these are the results. After that, we will continue the trial. We'll observe that, all these trials will be coming and the results are repeated. Okay. So when we write these results, total possible results in an experiment, I'm using the term as an experiment, the different trials which we are doing in this. So this is an experiment. It is called a random experiment because in this random experiment, 1,000 times if you do the experiment, then also you're not getting the same sequence wise result. You're getting the different results. By the way, the result is same, but in a different way. Like first time HHS is coming. When we start the second experiment, it may be possible that HHT will come. So these type of experiment are called random experiment. Okay. So in the random experiment, whatever the results are there, whatever the different results we have obtained, these results to be listed like that. Okay. And to be written in a curly bracket. So this is the combination, this is a group of all the result is called sample space. What is it? Sample space. So what is a sample space? Sample space is a collection of all the trials in an experiment, in a random experiment. Okay. This is a sample space. Sample space, what is the definition of sample space? Sample space, it's a collection of all trials in a random experiment. When I start throwing three coins together or three coins one by one, okay, then this is called the sample space. Right? Whatever the list of the trials, list of the outcomes. Results also we can use the term. These are the trials, one time, two time, three times, and whatever these are coming, H, 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 this is result, outcomes. Okay. So this is sample space, sample points. Sample points. These are the sample points, H, 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 T, like these. These are the sample points. How many sample points here? Total 8 sample points. Okay. 8 sample points are here. The sample space, sample point, random experiment. You are aware of these terms. Next is event. Event. Event is known as a subset of sample space. What is event? Events are subsets of sample space. Let me tell you how the subset. Let even denoted by capital E. E is equal to event of getting. E is equal to, suppose from this experiment, event of getting exactly 2 heads. E is equal to, suppose I have taken an event of getting exactly 2 heads. Now let us see where is exactly 2 heads. 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3. It is a group. It is a group of the sample points. And what is it? It is a subset. It is a subset of sample space. It's called event. Okay. So there are many events we can make it. Events of getting exactly 1 head, event of getting exactly 2 head, exactly 3 head, at least 1 head, at most 2 head, whatever it is we want to write it. So there are many events. We can make a list of the events. And what is called event? Events are the subset. That means the set which is derived from sample space. Okay. This is called subset. Right. So these are the event. After that, one discussion of equally likely event. Equally likely event. It's a very important point. Events you have understood. Event is what is event? It's a group of sample points. Okay. And this group is coming from where? From sample space. Okay. Equally likely. Equally likely events. What is the meaning of equally likely events? With an example, suppose when I toss a coin, probability of getting probability of getting a head on uppermost face. Probability getting head on uppermost face 1 upon 2. Okay. Same as probability of getting tail on uppermost face is also 1 by 2. Okay. So in this experiment, when we toss a coin, so nobody knows that what is coming here, but it is sure that I think 50% chances of getting head, 50% chances of getting tail. Okay. So their chances of occurring 50%. These type of events are called equally likely events. So what are the equally likely events? The chances of occurring equal. Chances of occurring equal in an experiment of event is called equally likely events. Events, their chances of occurring equal. Okay. For example, when I roll a die, there are 6 faces on a die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 printed, and one event even is the probability of getting even number on the uppermost face. Probability is 2, 4, 6. So 3 upon 6, 1 by 2. Probability of getting odd number on the uppermost face, 1 upon 2. So these are equally likely events. Okay. So equally likely events are tested on a thousands of trials. After that, we can understand that, okay, these are the equally likely events. Let me give you an example. For example, suppose the board is there, it is on the wall. Okay. Probability, suppose we are going to find the probability that this board will fall down. Okay. So is it equally likely, yes or no? it will fall down or it will not fall down. So equally likely? No. It is not a equally likely event, because as I told you, on the 1,000 trials, when we are doing a lot of experiment, after 1,000 trials, when we found that okay, this is the result, that one time it is falling down, one time it is not falling down, okay, then we conclude that it is equally likely events. So equally likely events, you understand its definition properly, that when we are using the experiment many times, and after that whatever the results comes, outcomes are coming, on the basis of that we decide whether it is equally likely, yes or no. Okay, so I get my point. Like when we toss a coin, probability of getting head 1/2, it's equally likely. When we roll a die, probability of getting 1 on the uppermost face, 2 on the uppermost face, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the uppermost face, these are equally likely, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. Okay, so this is called equally likely event. Event is denoted by capital E, I told you, PE. P naught E. This is the meaning of P naught E. One event we have taken that probability of getting head on the uppermost face. Second, I am taking probability of not getting head on the uppermost face. P naught E. PE, probability of getting head on the uppermost face, not getting head on the uppermost face. Because these are the equally likely events, their sum is always 1. Okay? Got it? Probability of getting, when I roll a die, probability of getting 1 on the uppermost face, 1/6. Probability of getting not 1 on the uppermost face, 5/6. 1 plus 1/6 plus 5/6, that is 1. Okay. So you will remember this formula also. Probability of an event and probability of not an event, their sum is always 1. It's okay. Now coming to the basic formula of required probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes upon total number of possible outcomes. But here, suppose I am writing here, E is an event. E is an event of an experiment. Okay. So probability of E, PE, is equal to, what is the formula? Probability of E is equal to number of favorable outcomes to E upon total number of possible outcomes, total number of possible outcomes in an experiment. In an experiment. Okay. Probability of an event E is equal to number of favorable outcomes to E upon total number of possible outcomes in an experiment. Which experiment? Here, whenever we are using the term experiment, it is random experiment. Okay. So that is a formula which is to be used in each and every question. Okay. That is one. On the basis of this formula, some more things. One is impossible event. Impossible event. What is the probability of impossible event? Okay. Impossible events, what does it mean? Again, simple example. When I toss a coin, probability of getting neither head nor tail on the uppermost face. Neither head nor tail on the uppermost face. So that means number of favorable outcomes are 0 upon 2, result is 0. Okay. In this formula, I have put the value. So, okay, when I have put the value 0, because it is a favorable outcomes are 0, because neither head nor tail on the uppermost face in a single trial. So 0 upon 2, the result is 0. So when the probability comes 0, what does it mean? The event is impossible event. Second one is sure event. Sure event. Sure event, what does it mean? Again, same example. when a coin is tossed, what is the probability that either head or tail on the uppermost face? So both the favorable points you have. So in place of here it is 2 upon total points 2, result is 1. So that means the probability is 1. What does it mean? It is sure event. Okay, sure to happen. So these are one impossible event, sure event, and you remember one thing, always probability lies between 0 and 1. 0 is less or equal to probability of an event is less or equal to 1. This is the indication of impossible event, it's an indication of sure event. So whatever the probability which we are finding, it is coming between 0 to 1. Probability will never be in the form of negative, okay? It is not in form of other. Its answer is always between 0 to 1. Is it okay? So I think these things we have understood now. Number one is random experiment. Random experiment, that means this is not an experiment which we perform in the physics or chemistry lab. It's the experiment based on the trials. We'll make a list of the trials, okay? And in these experiments, we are not sure that what is exact result is coming at the particular time, okay? Events are the subset of sample space. Probability of an event, PE, is equal to number of favorable outcomes to E upon total number of possible outcomes from an experiment. Okay. Sure event, impossible event, and the probability lies between 0 and 1. Now coming to exercise 15.1. Exercise 15.1. One or two questions. See, these are the questions given in the form of the probability of an event E plus probability of event not E is equal to 1. So these, by the way, question number second, just I would like to draw your attention here. The example which I have here, which of the following experiment has equally likely outcomes? Explain. Number 1, a driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. Equally likely it is an event, yes or no. The same example which I have given, that the board will fall down, yes or no, today. Okay. So this type of event, when the driver attempts to start a car, it is not equally likely. Generally what happens, when a driver starts a car, it will start. Okay. It ignites and it will start. Very rare case, what happens, it will not start. So it is not equally likely events. Equally likely events, what is the definition? It's occurring equally. Okay, so that is one. So these type of examples are there. By the way, one is given, a boy is born. It is a boy or a girl. Yes, it is true. Whether it is a boy or girl, 50-50 chances. So these type of questions are there. By the way, second, third, fourth, fifth question, like question number 5 is given, the probability of E is 0.05. What is the probability of not E? So PE plus P not E is equal to 1. We'll subtract 0.05 from 1. Answer is 0.95. Okay. Now we are discussing a question number 7. It is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same birthday is 0.992. What is the probability that the 2 students have the same birthday? So it is equally not having the same birthday and having the same birthday. Their sum is 1. Not having the same birthday is 0.992. Having the same birthday, 1 minus 0.992. Okay, that also can be done. Question number 8. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. A bag contains 3 red balls and 3 red balls and 3 red balls and 5 black balls. Okay. A ball is drawn at a random from the bag. A ball is drawn from a random from a random a ball is drawn from a bag randomly. Okay, randomly, that means without any sequence, without any order, anything which is we are getting. What is the probability that the ball drawn is? What is the probability that the ball drawn that the ball what is the probability that the ball drawn is number 1 red and number 2 not red? Okay, question I have written here so that you will understand it properly. What is the B? Bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. Okay, the bag, what is it? In this, 3 red balls, okay, 5 from here black balls. Okay, bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. So in a bag, how many total balls? 5 plus 3, 8. Okay, sample points are 8. Total balls in a bag is equal to 3 plus 5, that is 8. Is that okay? What is this 8? 8 is sample points. That means the value of sample points is equal to 8. A ball is drawn from a bag randomly. What is the probability that the ball drawn is number 1 red? Okay, so that means you are drawing a red ball. It is an event, drawing a red ball. So the probability of drawing a red ball from the bag is equal to number of favorable points to E, or number of favorable points. Here favorable points are how many? For red balls, how many red balls are here? There are 3 red balls. So 3 upon total number of balls, 8. Okay, so 3 upon 8. Second, not red. Same as probability of getting not red from the bag is equal to not red. Not red, what does it mean? We have 2 options. 1 minus 3 upon 8. 8 by 8 minus 3, 5 upon 8. Or the second one, not red. How many not red balls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls are black balls. They are not red balls. So I write here 5 upon 8. Okay. And in this exercise, whatever the questions are there, we are using the same formula, solving the questions. Okay. Now one interesting question I am taking from this exercise. Question number 10. 10th question. Okay. I am not writing the question, just I am explaining and then write the important points. A piggy bank contains 150 paise coin, 51 rupee coins, 22 rupee coins and 10 rupee 5 coins. If it is not equally likely, then one of the coins will fall out when the bank is turned upside down. What is the probability that the coin is one will be a 50 paise coin, second will not be a 5 rupee coin? Okay. Piggy bank contains 150 paise coins. 150 paise coins. 50 paise coins, 100. Okay. 50 rupee 1 coins. 1 rupee coin, 50. These are the number of coins. 22 rupee coins. 20. And 5 rupee coins and 10 5 rupee coins. Is it okay? This is the condition. If it is an equally likely, if it is an equally likely, then one of the coin will fall down when the bank is turned upside down. Bank is turned upside down. Okay. What is the probability that a coin one will be a 50 paise coin? What is the probability that it will be a 50 paise coin when the piggy bank is just turning upside down? What happens? First of all, total number of coins. Total number of coins is equal to 100 plus 50 plus 20 plus 10. 150, 170, 180. Total number of coins are 180. Okay. First they are asking that what is the probability that it will be a 50 paise coin? So the probability of 50 paise coin is equal to number of favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes, how many 50 paise coins? 50 paise coins total 100. 100 upon total number of coins 180. So result is 10 upon 18, 5 upon 9. Okay. Second one is will not be a 5 rupee coin. Probability of not be a 5 rupee coin. How many 5 rupee coins? 5 rupee coins 10. Okay. So not be 5 rupee coins, that means total 180. 180 minus 10, it is 170. 170 upon 180, 17 upon 18. Okay. And you can get any question, you can solve any question of it. Suppose they are asking what is the probability of total 50 paise coin and 1 rupee coins. So going to add 150 upon 180. What is the probability of 2 rupee coins? 20 upon 180, like that. Okay. So especially the question of probability, one thing is, first of all, you will try to make sample space. Sample space, that means whatever the possible events, whatever the possible outcomes are there, you will make a list of all possible outcomes. And after that, the solution and question is very easy for you. Okay. One question I am taking from this exercise 15.1, that is question number 12. It's a very interesting question. It is an important question also. A game of chance consists of a spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing on the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and these are equally likely outcomes. What is the probability that it will point at 8, an odd number, and 1? This is the spinning arrow game. You have seen that. Everybody are aware of this game. Total how many parts in it? 8 parts are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. It is a spinning arrow. Arrow is there. It is an arrow. Okay. Now once again I am reading the question. See the diagram and just listen to me. A game of chance consists of spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing at one of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, see in the figure, and these are equally likely. That means it can stop anywhere and the chances of occurring equally likely. Chances of stopping this arrow is equally likely. It can stop anywhere, okay, equally likely. What is the probability that it will point at number 1, 8, second, an odd number, third one is number greater than 2, number greater than 2, and a number less than 9, and a number less than 9. Okay. Arrow starts from anywhere, it can stop anywhere. How many places are there? 8. Total possible results. Total possible results 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total possible results are 8. Okay. After that, number 1, probability of stopping an arrow at point 8. Okay. So number 1, probability of stopping an arrow at 8 is equal to, at 8. 8 is a 1 number out of 8 numbers. Chances are equally likely. So what should I write here? 1 upon 8. Not 8 upon 8. It is 1 upon 8. Because actually these are the areas. Areas are equal. So 1 area out of 8 area. It is a fractional part. 1 part out of 8. Okay. Second is odd number. Required probability of an odd number. Odd number. How many odd numbers here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 upon total 8. 1 upon 2. Number which is greater than 2. Required probability. Number greater than 2. Greater than 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 upon 8. 3 upon 4. And fourth one is number is less than 9. Probability of number less than 9. Less than 9. So it can stop starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, less than 9. All the numbers are coming. So what does it mean? The favorable points are 8. So when I write here 8 upon 8, that is 1. Sure event. So when we start this arrow rotating, okay, it will stop anywhere, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, anywhere. So the probability of this is 100%. Okay. So obviously it will stop any one of the points. And before writing all these things, one basic formula which we have to write here, and I think it should be written in the beginning: required probability is equal to same as number of favorable outcomes upon total number of possible outcomes. Okay. Total number of possible outcomes in an experiment, and here is to event. If you want to write, otherwise this general formula you can write it. Okay. Required probability, what does it mean? Whatever they are asking in the question. This is the meaning. Suppose we are finding the probability that the number arrow stops less than 9. So required probability of the number less than 9. Okay. This is the meaning of required probability. One question number 13. 13 is a die is thrown once, find the probability of getting die. Everybody has seen the die, it's a singular form die. Generally we will use the term as dice, single or plural we will use dice. Okay. So dice, you have seen that there are 6 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number printed on it. All faces equal in areas. Okay. So question number 13. A die is rolled once. A die is rolled once. Find the probability of getting a prime number. What is the probability of getting prime number? First, a die is rolled once. Total number of possible outcomes 6. Total possible outcomes is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total possible outcomes are 6. Probability of getting a prime number. How many prime numbers are there? Prime number is 2, 3, 5. And remember, 1 is not a prime, because the definition of prime number is a number which is divisible by 1 and itself. But 1 is a number which is 1 and itself is same. So this is not counted in a category of prime number. Prime number starts from 2, 2, 3, 5. So numbers which are divisible by itself and 1. So 3 upon total 6, 1 upon 2. Okay. Second one is a number lying between 2 and 6. Probability of number lying between 2 and 6. Between 2 and 6. 3, 4, 5. That's why I told you make a sample space first. 1, 2, 3. 3 upon 6. 1 by 2. Between 2 and 6. So in between 3 numbers are there. Third one is an odd number. Probability of an odd number. Probability of an odd number is, how many odd number here? 1, 2, 3. Again it is 3 by 6. That is 1 by 2. Okay. So this is question number 13. After question number 13, I am taking next question 14, which is based on playing cards. Question number 14. One card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability of other numbers. Before going to the question, first let us discuss about a deck of cards. Okay. A deck of cards. Cards means playing cards. Okay. A deck of cards. That means a pack of cards. Total number of cards. Number of cards 52. Total number of cards 52. Joker is not counted in it. Total 52 cards. Number of colors 2. One is red, second is black. In a deck of 52 cards, there are 2 colors, only one is red, second is black. Number of suits are 4. There are 4 different suits: club, diamond, heart, and spade. Club, diamond, heart, and spade. Okay. Club, I think you are aware of that. Like that, club, diamond, heart, a heart shape, and spade, like that. Okay, so there are four different suits: club, diamond, heart, and spade. After that, there are total face cards. Number of face cards. Total number of face cards 12, and these are number of suits 4, club, diamond, heart, spades, and every having 13 cards, right? Number of face cards 12. These are 13 club cards, in which one is ace, king, queen, jack. Okay, so here king, queen, and jack, 3, 3, 3, and 3. Total number of face cards 12. Okay, king, queen, jack, 3 each. Okay, king, queen, jack from all, 3 from the club, 3 from diamond, 3 from heart, and 3 from spade. Okay, so 3 4 ja. Number of face cards are total number of face cards 12. Okay, number of aces 4 from each. Okay, and after that numbered card start from 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 13 club. In these 13, which type of configuration in it? Starting from ace, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After that jack, queen, and king. Okay, so this is the description about the deck of playing cards. In a deck of playing cards, total number of cards 52. There are two different colors, red and black. There are four different suits. Suits are club, diamond, heart, and spade, each having 13 cards, 4 aces, total face cards 12. And remember, in the face cards, aces are not included. Face cards are king, queen, and jack only. Okay, and number of face cards, number of aces are 4. Okay, now we can start this question number 14. Question number 14. One card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability of getting. One card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of a card. Okay. One card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of card. Okay, one card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Okay, find the probability of getting number 1. Number 1, a king of red color. Probability of king of red color. King of red colors. You are aware of that in a card there are total 52. Okay. King of red color. There are two kings of red color. One is a red color from the heart, second from diamond. So I write here 2 upon total card 52, 1 upon 26. Second one is a face card. Probability of getting a face card. How many face cards? 12 upon 52. Okay. So 6 upon 26, 3 upon 13. Third, a red face card. Probability of a red face card. Red face card. Total 12 face cards, and there are two different colors, 6 and 6. 6 upon 52. 3 upon 26. Fourth, a jack of hearts. Probability of jack of hearts. Jack of hearts. The one jack of hearts is the only one card. A spade. Probability of a spade. How many spade? There are 13 cards. 13 upon 52. 1 by 4. And next one is a queen of diamond. So probability of queen of diamond. Queen of diamond. There's a single queen in diamond. 1 upon 52. Okay. So first of all, you should know that the information of the cards, and after that you can write and solve any question related to the cards. Okay. One question. One more question we are discussing in this lecture, that is question number 16. Question number 16. What is it? 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. It is not possible to just look at a pen and tell whether or not it's defective. One pen is taken out at a random from the slot. Determine the probability that the pen taken out is a good one. Okay. 16th question. It is clearly mentioned 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good pens. Okay. So I am writing here number of defective pens. Number of defective pens is equal to 12. Number of good pens is equal to 132. And defective pens are accidentally mixed with the good pens. Total number of pens in a box. Total number of pens in a box is equal to 132 plus 12, 144. Is it okay? Total number of pens in a box. One pen is taken random. Determine the probability that the pen taken out is a good one. So required probability of drawing a good pen from box. Probability of drawing a good pen from the box. How many good pens here? Good pens are 132. Total number of pens present in a box 144. Okay. So this is 2 6 are 12, 2 6 are 12, it is 72, again 33 by 2 3 are 6, 36, and 11 upon 12. Okay. So that means the probability of drawing a good pens from a box is equal to 11 upon 12. Okay. That's also in the next lecture we'll have to continue. Thanks, and thanks for watching.